is going to guide my thought for my theory. So this is why. Where is my draw? Okay, yeah. Let me make the customer blue. Then we have the enabling partner, which is black. Then we have business. All right. So when the person that is enabling them gives them a business, this is a B2B. So when he gives them his product, well, also like it could be clothes you're selling. Yeah. It could be that you sell clothes. Oh, damn. Let me lock my screen. It becomes a B2C. So when you give them something that allows their customers pay them, it becomes a B2B2. Oh, let me clean. No space. It then allows for their customers to pay them. It becomes a B2B2C. Then when you give them something that allows for them to access their merchants, it becomes a B2C2B. So now, what have we noticed in the past? That fintechs are always these guys.
B2B2C.
Fintechs are always these guys. But they try to be these guys because they give them,
B2C.
B2C, so that they can always pay. But whatever the customers do, so they can always pay businesses. Because if I don't have a card, I cannot pay that business. And if the
Why
business,
is the B2B there? Is that not the fintech? Is that not the product? The product is blue. Then
no, this is the
green
customer.
is
No, this is the
okay,
customer.
okay.
Green is the business. This is
Okay,
the.
okay.
So
B2B2C.
now, it has, when they now do this, so instead of capturing it as a B2C2B, where I am giving the customer a platform, what social media has done, and what's the name of this thing again? What's the name of, is it Fang? Do they call them Manga or Fang?
Fang.
Okay, so it's now Fang. But Manga, Meta.
Yeah, I don't know. Fang.
So let's go with Manga because I mean anime head. So we have Meta. So we're using Meta as a case study, yeah? So Meta creates Facebook. They acquire WhatsApp. Then they have Instagram. And all these things are free. But they have ads. Now, ads is something that they provide to businesses.
Okay.
So businesses can now get to their pool of users and get customers. So now, they were running on what? A B to B to C. Initially, they started as a B to C. Social media platforms, right? A way for customers to engage with their friends. So when they created this ad system, they realized something. What do you think they realized? That the ads work. It gives them visibility. And when the customers see businesses, what do the customers do? They go and purchase. Right? What happens when they purchase? A fintech, this guy, benefits. So as you can see, they've created revenue indirectly to this fintech. That's what the social media platforms have done.
Yeah.
That's not okay. What happens now? Google Pay, Meta Pay. They're not giving fintechs free revenue anymore. They've created their own enabling solutions so people can now transact without leaving their platform. So we have the business that has run an ad.
Mm-hmm.
Then, we have the people. Blue is the people.
Yeah.
Then we have the business. And remember the fintech.
Okay.
Now, social media platforms are now leaving them out of it.
Leaving them out of it in what sense? Can you explain?
So that means you weren't following.
Explain.
No, I was actually recording this thing, so it could just be direct. So let's go from the top. 3 of them: business, consumer, fintech.
Yeah.
But social media comes in. Meta, for example, they have Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram. They have a lot of people. Then they start running ads. And businesses use these ads to get to their pool of people.
Customers.
Their social media platform is originally a B2C, where they want people to come post pictures for other people to see. But now the ads now is for business,
B2B.
so it becomes a B2B2C for their business model, for their revenue line, because the consumers don't give them any money because these platforms are free.
Let's pause. But I don't think the ads is a B2B2C because they are not getting anything directly from the customers. It's
The
a
consumer.
B2B where the businesses are the one running the ads, and for the businesses it's a B2C. So unless, because I think B2B2C.
So the reason I say it's a B2B2C is because of ads, the consumers now have access and can see your product.
Those products, okay.
So
Fair.
now they can
So the
advertise.
consumers
The
are
consumer,
part of
yes,
the-
because before you use
are
any,
part of the line.
before you purchase from any vendor, do you go to their Instagram?
Yeah.
So that's a B2B2C, because they're giving them a platform to advertise their business and for the consumer to come. So now, over time, what does this social... Don't play the game again. So over time, the social media people, when the ads work, what do the customers do? They go to a fintech to purchase the business, meaning the social media platforms has given this fintech revenue indirectly, because when they want to purchase, they have to use this fintech. And now we now have Google Pay and Meta Pay. So now they've put themselves in a box. They are not leaving the platform. They are now excluding the fintechs. Yes.
Now them they are the fintechs.
They are now, they've created a solution for their users, because my users, my businesses, why would I now give this revenue to this random fintech that has nothing to do with what I am doing
when
here?
I like the service you offer, I already offer it. Like I can allow
Exactly.
But from me playing games and interacting with online purchases and stuff, I would say that businesses do not fancy social media fintechs because they are exploitative.
Yeah.
They are not as cheap as base fintechs because most of them are built on top of base fintechs. So they tend to
Have more
create
charges.
incentive, but then again, they don't want to lose customers.
Yeah.
So they will still, if you
Because
decide,
when
take for example
Yeah.
this game now, this Mavis now,
Yeah.
they incentivize you to purchase from their web store.
from there, instead
because
of
it's cheaper for them.
yes,
They make more
when you
purchase
purchase from
their
the
web
store
than
instead
when
of
you
in-app,
use
because they
in-app
still
purchase.
need to
Yeah.
give Apple their
Apple
commission.
is 30%, and I
Okay.
think Google is maybe 15 or something.
No,
like that.
I believe Google Pay is less. I would look
Yeah.
into the entire commission thing. But now, before the Meta Pay and Google Pay, it's still very much new. It's still very much new. But these platforms are saying that my customer, my business customer, then who are you? And why do these people need to go to you when they can just see each other, pay to me, and I give to them what they need? Very soon, we'll soon start seeing logistics aspect in social media platforms. So what is this
That's
model?
when this
So
guy
what is
built
this
his own
model?
social media.
We now see a loop within these 3 people. And this model is what I would like to call a B to B to C to B. So they've created the loop that's going like it's just going around.
So yeah, I was correct. 15%.
15. That's a lot
Then 30%
for Apple.
once you've made past 1 million. 30% Google Play.
So the same thing, Apple too. They have great phones. they have like great users that can afford their great phones, right? And they now advertise for all the businesses who are the apps, right?
Yeah.
So instead of saying, oh, you can use your MasterCard or your Visa, just pay with Apple Pay. So I wouldn't be surprised in the nearest future where Google has a bank as one of their subsidiaries. They just have a fintech banking line. You see the Apple Bank, where people can now keep money. Facebook now goes and maybe acquires a bank. I mean, he can if he wants to.
Yeah.
The same thing applies to every Elon, bro. Like, yeah, he just doesn't have the time, and it goes on and on. But what happens? The traditional banks might still exist, but fintech, the death of fintech starts with social media platforms.
It's possible. It's possible because of the way people are drawn towards social media content and stuff.
Exactly.
It's possible, but the possibility of that is low.
All right.
I
So,
wouldn't say, like, if I would say the probability of something like that, of that happening, or the rate of fintech being pushed by
social
media,
media
or fintech
platforms.
even dying,
Yeah.
I would
No, they are
say,
not going to die. I'm just saying
like,
the businesses that originally started as fintechs
so
are going to
where
just
social media are going to steal most of
yes,
their
yes,
customers.
yes.
I would say 20%.
So now P2P transactions, the peer-to-peer transactions, Google and Apple Pay already does it. Facebook is exploring it. So if you ask me for money, why am I leaving WhatsApp to transfer from another app?
Yeah, that's just the thing. They, unless the social media platforms will block them out where you can't build systems that allow people to make payments on our platform, except it is us. But outside of that, they can always hop on it. They can always integrate their platforms to allow people make payments from social media. Like some countries have done it where you can make payments from WhatsApp.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Even
that's-
Nigeria, you can do that now already on WhatsApp.
now
It's
that's
you
like
can use
this-
a card too.
So yeah, and that's like social media, but at the same time, it's not social media because
Because you're
the
still
people
using
are
a
using-
fintech,
it's a
yeah.
fintech.
But
the fintechs are now utilizing the social
the
media.
social
to-
media where they have the WhatsApp, use
yeah,
this code.
for their own platforms.
So now the reason I say this is because it's still in the new phase, it's still being tested. They are still giving it as an option. Soon, the same way ads were optional, we weren't seeing ads everywhere.
Yeah.
It's the same way they can tell you that, okay, if you want to actually advertise, set up shop so people can buy. You need to actually set up a shop so that when our customer comes and you, the business, you just use this shop and you collect your money, and I'll help you collect your money, and I'll help the customer receive their item if possible. They've not explored the logistics aspect because that's harder, but this transaction is where the money is at, because hardware store is what all these social platforms have already touched on.
Yeah.
Where Google now has their Google, their, what they call that guy that's the assistant, that white assistant. Is it a Google assistant? Is that just the name?
I think the
White speaker thing.
okay Google Home.
Yeah, the speaker is a Google Home. Then they have the Chromebook and they have the webinar, blah, blah, blah. Because from webinars now, instead of creating a different account, like a Patreon account for people to send you money, when you now do a webinar on your Google Meet, you can now charge people, you can host your auctions, and Google just watches while they pay. And you, the business, you receive your money.
Yeah.
Now you can do a proper online auction, and everybody that has a Google account and is joining that Google Meet can just pay with their Google Pay. So this is the social media death of fintech because we use our phones, Apple to hop in on it. I wonder if Samsung will ever hop on it though. But Apple's ecosystem.
They most
Do you think
likely
there's a
because they
Samsung
have
Pay?
their own store.
Check for Samsung Pay. Maybe it's a different pay. But now it now
But Samsung is in Asia, it's in not Korea, so I don't know.
Xiaomi Pay.
Yeah, Samsung Pay is accepted at more places than any other mobile payment service.
Yeah.
But that's them saying it.
That's them saying it, okay.
So like yeah, they have a wallet and the payment.
They have it.
system.
So you see,
So
they
all
don't
of
want
them- all
my
of them-
users. Who are you as a fintech? My users, they see these transactions happening. So
I don't think there will be Xiaomi Pay.
no, they
Oh,
won't. There is actually a Xiaomi Pay,
Yeah,
Mi
Xiaomi
Pay.
Mi Pay.
You can imagine they know what's happening because if you are a Xiaomi to Xiaomi user,
Yeah.
I can pay and there'll be like zero fees or something.
Yeah, make things easier.
Making things easier. So they know their users, they know their transaction strength, and that is why all these social platforms
And again, like
and
what-
all the
what's current
B2C.
now is how long can you keep each of your users enclosed in your ecosystem
Yes.
that they
Not
don't
leave. They don't
Like,
leave.
do-
Yeah,
that's
everything
basically
they
what
do.
the-
They pay utility.
That's the product now.
So
not
now,
what you're building.
very
Like,
soon, we'll see utility bills. We'll see utility. We'll see them, even school fees. So, but the best thing about this model is that no matter what, you will still need a bank to keep your money. What would make the banks go away? And what did I notice with how important banks are? I think people are catching on, but they just don't understand yet. Are you there?
yeah.
They don't just understand yet. Come and see this. Flutterwave, open banking, and it's mono. Paystack, just yesterday, I'll be 2 days ago. Ladder, an MFB. OPay, that was a digital transaction platform, now has Blue Ridge. MoneyPoint, also acquired an MFB. They know that to scale and for them to constantly be relevant, they can no longer be payment gateway. They cannot just become,
Banks.
yeah, they are not just enablers because these guys are taking away what they already banked on as their
So in case where if you can't compete with them, you create a service that then
they would need. So now these people will still need to come back to them as banks.
Yeah.
What else is this thing why is this also happening in Africa or the world in general? I'm going to use Africa because I mean that's where I am. AFCTFA. I think this is how it's spelled, but it has to do with the free trade zone. And they created this switch and they've just been giving it to banks. They've not really given it to, because you're a payment gateway, take. Mainly banks, they've announced over 15 banks so far. And luckily for MoneyPoint and OPay, they serve as banks. You can currently use their new service, the PAP switch, to transfer from one African country to another.
Yeah.
So what does this mean? Why will I now use a payment gateway as a business to set up my shop for my customers in another country? Let me bring the Fintechs face again. Who is this guy? Why is he taking all my money? Why is he taking a percentage? When my customer today, I need to move this up. When my customer today can now transfer to me directly to my own bank account using PAPS. The death of fintech is coming because technology is blended into the system. And for the longest time, while they were isolated as, oh, you people are creating solutions, the banks are now becoming the
So they are
solutions.
simplifying the solutions
Yes.
that they created and bringing it closer to the customer,
So now
cutting them off.
it's being decentralized to the point that the fintech is a loser.
Decentralized is okay, sure, they do have like the centralized aspect of it.
Yeah.
But most of these other platforms
Because
are
before it
still
was just
somewhat
some.
centralized.
It was just some. They,
Yeah.
oh, I'm the one that has the license. I'm the one that has the technology. That's why I can enable these cross-border payments. But now,
So decentralization would be the open banking, but that's even niched because it's not everybody that still have access to the
open banking.
It's still like
Yeah, because
kind
it's
of
actually a
closed group.
universal. It's actually a universal movement. Open banking is a universal movement, and very soon you'll be able to take a loan from a different country when you relocate to that country because of open banking. Because they can see your transaction and your strength. They are not just judging you based on your statement of account that you present to them. Open banking allows for them to view everything you've been doing and saying, okay, you've taken loans before, you're timely. They see your spending behavior. They have, what is it? Data. And it is still the same data that the social media platforms and also the B2C guys know how much their customers have, how much they spend, and how these businesses also need transaction freedom. So why let go of this business to a fintech that's not in the grants, like my customer, my business? Why do they now leave and now use your system? So if they are running ads, they might as well run the ads and pay at the same time. So my theory of B2C to B to C it's actually very interesting because I'm looking forward to looking at this more, but I'm really happy that at least we could have a conversation around it.
Fair.
So yeah, the model of B to B to C.